Now, if you look at again, you look at the history of India, and this is something fascinating. And I've been studying it for several years now. Why do you think India is secular, or was born secular?
Well,
do you have an answer for that?
Yes, I do. And my answer will not be liked by many. I would argue that civilizationally, Hinduism has embedded within it an idea that you could call secular, I prefer to call pluralist, but which essentially boils down to the same thing. If you look at Vivekananda's teachings, and I'm a huge Vivekananda bhakt since my teen years, what did he say? He stood up in Chicago and told the World Parliament of Religions that I am proud to speak to you of a faith which has taught the world not just tolerance but acceptance. I read this and it stayed in my head. He didn't explain it further there. But I was going to school and being told that tolerance is a virtue. A tolerant king is a good guy because he's letting you have different beliefs from his own. And so I kept wondering, why is this not enough for Vivekananda? And the more I thought about it, the more I realized he was right. Because the Hindu understands that tolerance is essentially a patronizing idea. It says, I have the truth. You are in error, but I will magnanimously indulge you in your right to be wrong. That's all tolerance is. Vivekananda teaches us that Hinduism is about acceptance, which says, I believe I have the truth. You believe you have the truth. I will respect your truth. Please respect my truth. And that is actually the fundamental basis on which, first of all, very many different forms of worship exist in Hinduism, where the Vaishnavite had to live with the Shaivite. There were conflicts at various times, but they had to accept different ways of worshipping God. And then in turn, when others came, when the Jews came, why is it that the only anti-Semitic diaspora, the only Semitic diaspora in the entire world that has never known a single instance of anti-Semitic persecution by the host population has been the Jews of India? Because they were accepted. Same with the Parsis, same with the Muslims in the south.